Okay, so I promised you guys the synopsis at the beginning of the next part, so here you go. You are sent to Looney Lewis on used clown cars. I totally screwed saying that. You get sent to Looney Lewis at used clown cars on Silly Street, right here. He, tells you that he can't find his clown car tires, so he sends you over to, a pond to fish them out, because he thinks that Loopy Bob tossed them into the Toontown Central pond. Now, a little secret is that sorry, getting tongue-tied. The little secret is that the pond on every street, in this case the Silly Street pond, is a lot more convenient than teleporting back to Toontown Central Playground just to fish them out. The pond is right over here. So, you now have the clown car tires. After you fished them out, you return to Looney Lewis. He says, "Fan-flying-tastic," and is all happy, but then realizes that they've been deflated and he's lost his air pump. He thinks he's let Lucy Tires over at Crack Up Auto Repair on Loopy Lane borrow them. So he sends you over there, right here. So, because this is a Toon task, which is code for we're too lazy to do our chores, so we give them to you, she says that she'll give you the air pump if you clean up some of the higher level cogs on the street. So, without leaving Toontown Central, you have to defeat 6 level 3 plus cogs. For this reason, you may want to save this task until later in Toontown Central. But either way, you defeat the cogs, you go back to Lucy Tires. She gives you the air pump, which you take back to Looney Lewis, and Looney Lewis gives you the medium pouch. So you can now carry 5 more gags. Use that as you will based on what gags you have. So yeah, that's your synopsis. So what's today's task? Let's find out. Sticky Lou appears to be in a sticky situation. He could sure use a hand. Sticky Lou's building is called Blue Glue, which is on Loopy Lane in Toontown Central. See ya, so let's go see what Sticky Lou needs. Hey guys, Super Nerd Miles here. And I'll go ahead and say that I went ahead and cut to HQ on Loopy Lane, so we could go ahead and cut over to Blue Glue, which is thankfully not that far away. If memory serves. Yeah, it's right here. So it's not too far off of HQ. So yeah, this is probably the most annoying Laff Boost to get. I spilled quick dry glue and I'm stuck cold. If there were a way out, I sure would be sold. That gives me an idea if you're feeling loyal. Defeat some Cellbots and bring back some oil. Yes, Sticky Lou speaks in rhymes. Can you help me get unstuck? That's pretty much all she says if you try to speak to her without getting the oil back. However, I have an idea. I'm going to Giggly Grove. Why? Because I think it's time for me to go ahead and start invasion hopping just a bit. So yeah, I will occasionally invasion hop some. In this case, I'm going to a name dropper invasion that's in progress, just to go ahead and get stuff done. However, first I've got to do the trolley, so with my luck, it'll take long enough that the name dropper will end. Actually, I could probably just go to I could probably just go ahead and get away with a visit to the gag shop, hopefully. If not, the name dropper invasion is going to end. Okay, so here's my layout. 5 of each of these, 6 of each of these, 2 of these, and 1 of these. So yes, I will go ahead and say that I have an invasion tracker up. It's not exactly hacking Toontown or anything like that, it's just... And it's not using third-party software as part of Toontown, it's just a web page on the side of my screen. So yes, I'm not cheating or anything, I'm simply using an invasion tracker. It's not cheating. So I will occasionally just invasion hop, just to go ahead and take advantage of that. So, since I didn't really say it very well, essentially what this is it's a recover task, but it's fairly broad. All you have to do is defeat some cellbots to get it. Let's go ahead and get into this battle. Whoa, 101 Laff. Yeesh. Looks like this is going to be a squirt combo. Wonder what 101 Laffers do. Well, of course, it's a... When you get later, there will be tasks that will tell you to help a new toon, 25 Laff or less, defeat X. In this case, it's probably something like a few cogs. Oh yeah, another cellbot. Another benefit about invasions, in case I haven't ever covered it, is that you get double experience. So I'm going to get my my cream pie slice in. Still trying to jump, huh? Yeah, I can jump. Oh, cool, that's gone. Oh well. Okay, we still got this guy. Well, isn't that special? Yes. Oh, cool. Blue Rabbit gets her glass of water. Nice. Azuri is at guess limit on, like, everything. And there the name drop provision is. Oh well. And a new cog invasion is beginning. What is it? The big cheese. Whoa. Okay, good. I recovered the oil. Big cheese does not bode well for us, and I shall probably be leaving right after I turn in this task. Because, as you shall see in a minute, whenever you see one walking around, the big cheese is not something we want to fight yet. Oh, I heard a doodle roll over. Okay, we didn't even see a big cheese. I'm going to actually call that a good thing. So, back at Blue Glue. Well, oil helped a little, but I still cannot budge. What else would help? It's hard to judge. That gives me an idea. It's worth a try at least. Defeat some Lawbots and bring back some grease. And that's all she says, apparently. Can you help me get unstuck? So now we've got to defeat Lawbots. Big cheeses are not Lawbots, so I shall be leaving this server at my earliest convenience. I'll go ahead and show you Big Cheese real quick. It is the level 8 through 12 boss bot. I'll go ahead and tell you that much right now. It is scary if you are not prepared. Since it can do 20 damage, if it's at level 12, it can do something like 20 damage a pop, which is not something we want to fight yet, so I'm going to Boy Summit. I'll be back when I find a cog. It's time to do some double dealing. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we're back. That is, we're back for the bio. Meet the double talk with level 3 through 7 Lawbot. You can do up to 18 damage with the attacks Rubber Stamp, Bounce Check, Buzzword, Jargon, Mumbo Jumbo, and Double Talk, so it's actually got a lot of attacks. In fact, more than I remembered it having. You can find it some on Loopy Lane, being that Loopy Lane is heavy on Lawbots, but I'm not entirely sure about Lighthouse Lane, as usual. The Rake Trap would sound logical for a weak spot since it smacks them between all four eyes, but I really don't know about that for sure. Either way, let me just go ahead and tell you, for those of you who are just listening to me say the main stuff while reading Lord Loud and Clear's message, this bio came from one of the times in the early days of there being Super, Throw, Squirt, and Tune-Up. In fact, it may have been even before they actually got the bonuses, just when they started moving around and stuff. So yeah, that's Double Talker for you. With our first Lawbot, and hopefully our only Lawbot. So yeah, the recover tasks in the beginning of the game actually aren't so annoying. However, when you get up to Daisy Gardens, Minnie's Melody Land, you'll start really epic failing at recovering this stuff. It shall take you such a long time to recover it that you will start questioning your own sanity. However, in this case, it was fairly simple. All we had to do was defeat not recovered. So I'll cut to another Lawbot. Perfect timing, I need a quick bite. So, something that I haven't covered very much before is how you can't fight, you can't use a gag higher level than the cog. I've mentioned it, but I haven't really shown how that warns you about it. So consider yourselves notified. So there's the grease, and coincidentally we are right outside Blue Glue. So that's 2 recover tasks so far. You think she's gonna get unstuck? Yeah, neither do I. Nope, that didn't help. This is really not funny. I put the grease right there on the money. That gives me an idea before I forget it. Defeat some Cashbots, bring back water to wet it. So yeah, now you've got to get stuff from Cashbots. I believe Cashbots are more common on a different street, so I shall be right back. You're about to have money trouble. So we have Super Squirt. Try that again. There we go. It's really not often that Squirt misses. And of course, because Squirt missed, I was kind of half expecting this, the first fruit pie slice to miss. Okay, so we got our water. Hopefully it doesn't break. I can't believe I said that. So I'll go ahead and cut back to Blue Glue. One last time. So here we are. Is this going to help her, or is she going to send us after Lawbots next? Hooray, I'm free of this quick-drying glue she's done. As a reward, I give this gift to you. You can laugh a little longer while battling, and then... Oh no, I'm already stuck here again. Your laugh limit is increased by 3. Yep, she's already stuck again. Okay, I'll go ahead and cut over to Toon HQ to go ahead and see if I get another visit task. If it's back to or if it's back to frames for me. Because of course, if I go ahead and do this on camera, if I do this on camera, you might or might not have a prediction of what happens next. Nope, y'all aren't gonna get to learn what's next, because I'm going to be going for frame 2 next. So yeah, I've actually already recorded 3 of the frame tasks, but next I'll be going for frame 2, which you will not see until the end of the playground, right before the final gag training task, because I just feel like doing it like that. So yeah, having said that, I guess I'll see you in a little while whenever I get done with that task. So yeah, Miles out. So in case I didn't make that painfully obvious, I just thought I'd go ahead and clarify one more time. Because I feel like it, what I'm going to be doing is recording the frame tasks and then turning them into a bit of a compilation that shall be uploaded, the part, or maybe 3 parts, like 5 frames per part, before the final gag training task. What you will get to see is essentially each part. Until then, will just be each visit task. Then I'll show the gag frames, which really aren't that interesting, and then I shall show the final gag training task. So yeah, that's how that's going to work. Just wanted to make that painfully obvious in case anyone didn't quite get it. So yeah, for real this time, Miles out.